Hi, I'm going to show you how to make that puffed top and the thumbnail. So the materials you need are medium weight yarn. I'm using the brand King. It's a Kenyan based brand. You can use also any other medium weight yarn. You also need a pair of scissors. You need a tape measure and a hook. I'm using a size 4. I don't know if you can see, but it's written there. We are going to need that size 4mm hook. So we are going to start directly. Immediately we are going to start by making a chain that can go around your under your bust, around your body, under your bust. So that's, if you are a 34B, you're supposed to make a 34 chain that will stretch to 34 minus 3, so that will be 31. So for instance, this one that I'm making a small size, a size small, so I'm going to make a chain that's going to go around a small body under the bust. So 4, 5. So I have made my chain. This is about 24 inches. I'm making a really small size, so this is about 24 inches, but the total inches I'm like going around under that bust is 27. So minus 3, I got 24. So we are going to row 1. We are going to hold that piece and we are going to chain 2 and go into the stitch you hold and place a half double crochet. Then the next one, a half double crochet. So we are going to use half double crochets from this row. This is basically, this whole outfit is basically made of stitches, made of chains and half double crochets. So that's the second. So we are going to work half double crochets all the way. A double crochet, you'll yarn over, go into the loop, pull through to your 3 on the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of them at once. That's how a half double crochet is done for the beginners. So I'm going to do half double crochets all the way. And I'll meet you when I'm at the end. Do the double crochets all the way until you get to the end. So I've gotten to my last stitch, so I'm going to place my last half double crochet like that. So this is what I have, half double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2, then turn my work, and I'm going to place a half double crochet in the very first stitch there to keep your work straight. Always remember to put your first half double crochet in the very first stitch. So that's what we are going to continue to do, half double crochets all the way. This is row 1. The one we did was row 1. This is row 2, and this is what we are going to repeat until we get to 13 rows. So from row 1 to row 13, we are just basically going to do half double crochets like that. until we get to the very end. So we are going to do this until we get 12 rows, 12 to 13 rows, depending on how also you want the lower part to go, how long you want it. So me, I'm going to do 12 rows. So I'm actually coming to my last stitch of my work. So I ended up doing 14 rows because I needed it to be a bit longer. And so from here we are going to do something different. So if you did your work similar as mine, we need to get the measurements from under your arm, from your arm part to the back, the coverage that you needed to the back. For my case, I'm going to need 5 to 5.5 inches of my back. So I'm going to measure, you're going to need stitch markers for this part. So I'm going to measure 5 inches of my work, here at the stitch, and I'm going to place a stitch marker here, and I'm going to this other side and I'm also going to do the same. I'm going to measure 5 inches off, and I'm going to place another stitch marker right there. So we are done with the measurement. So this is how your work looks. Generally, this is how my top is going to look. This is going to be my back part. You see the stitch marker here and another one here. So this is going to be my back look of this top. So we are going to continue from where we left at. We are going to chain 2, turn our work and make half double crochets as per usual, but this time round we are only going to get to the where the stitch marker is. This top is practically measurement based, not really by counting stitches, it's measurement based. But if you're really extremely keen on this, you can count the exact same number of stitches for the other back part. So you've gotten to the part I put my stitch marker, so I'm going to remove it and place one more half double crochet in it. So after I get here where my stitch marker was, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to start by doing half double crochets. I'm going to start doing half double crochets all the way back. So once you get to the end where your stitch marker was, you chain 2 and then you place half double crochets all the way. Until you get to the end. Sorry. When we get to the last one, we make sure we put one half double crochet in the last stitch like this, chain 2, turn our work. This is our second row on the half part which we measured. So here I'm going to do around 12 rows of half double crochets for this part. So this is my second row, and I'm going to repeat this for the next 10 rows to make a total of 12, and to make a total of 14 plus 12 is 26, the total length of the top. So that's what I'm going to do on this part, and I'm going to replicate the same on this part. So I'll meet you when I have my 12 rows on this one and 12 rows on this other part. So I'm actually done making the panels. So I did 12 rows on this one, and I did another 12 rows on this one. So this is how my entire panel looks on this side. It looks like there is a large space left in between the two. So when you put it side to side, that is how it looks, but the front remains bare. This front is where we're going to place our puffy part now, the middle front puffy part. So do not remove the yarn, or if you ended on this other side, you can just reattach your yarn on this inner part of the first part. You see, this is how the top is supposed to be. So reattach your yarn in the inner part. See that this is how it's supposed to be, literally. So you attach your yarn here, and then you're supposed to work coming this side to meet on this other side. So because I finished on this side, I'm just going to continue with it. So from here, I'm going to chain 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. That's about 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to hold my last stitch, the 10th one, and I'm going to chain 2 more. I'm going to come back with the 10th stitch, the one I held, and then I'm going to place a half double crochet, and I'm going to work half double crochets all the way down the chain that I just made. So I just got back to the places I started chaining up. So this is how our panel looks, and this is the part I attached here. So I want us to continue doing half double crochets along this part. So this is how the top looks as of now. Yeah, I'll just do that for you to see. So I want us to continue doing half double crochets all the way until we get to the bottom part here. So what we are going to do in this case, we are going to place 1 half double crochet here, and 1 in every space that you have. You place 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, sorry, just like that in every. So technically this is what I usually do when I have to do half double crochets vertically. I place 2 half double crochets in every row, 1 at the beginning, which is the joining part, and 1 in the middle. For example, let me just show you this one closely. You see, this is my row. Yeah, this is my row. So I don't know if you can see well, but yeah, I'll show you. So this is my row. I'm going to put 1 half double crochet here at the beginning where the 2 rows join, and 1 in between the row, like that. 1 here and another one there. Yeah, another one there, just like that. Continue doing that until you get to the bottom part. So we have gotten to the bottom part where they reattach. So what we are going to do, because this is the last stitch that was did, so we go to the next stitch. This is done for the rows. Yeah, this is where our row started. So we go to the next stitch, and we are going to slip stitch. Yeah, and we are going to do a second slip stitch on the next stitch. Okay, I don't know if you have understood. Let me try to repeat that. When you get to your connecting place, we'll say that is how our top looks. Yeah, when you get here, you are going to slip stitch. Sorry, we are going to slip stitch, and again another slip stitch on the next stitch. Okay, then we are going to turn our work, and this time around we are going to use double crochets. So from here we are going to yarn over, place our hook in the next, in this stitch, and place a double crochet, and we are going to work double crochets all the way up So when we get here, we do our last double crochet. After we get there, here, we are going to chain 2, turn our work, and work double crochets back to the last one. So we're almost getting to the bottom part. So I'm placing my last double crochet there. I have my last double crochet, so I'm going to slip stitch on the next part. Sorry, like that, and I'm going to slip stitch in the next one and in the next one. So we're going to slip stitch twice. Yeah, from here I'll turn my work and I'll continue placing half double crochet, continue placing double crochets all the way until we get to the top. So this row 2 of the double crochets is what we are going to repeat until we have 2 stitches remaining on this part. So we are going to continue placing double crochets all along this panel until we get to 2 stitches away from the last part. Yeah, so I'll continue doing my double crochets. When I get here, I slip stitch twice and I turn my work and continue working double crochets like this until you get to the last part. I'll see you then. So I just finished making this middle part of double crochets and I'm just getting to, I only have like two places to, I only have like 2 places to slip stitch. So that means we are doing our last row. So you remember our first row here was half double crochets, so our last row here of this horizontal, is it horizontal or vertical, of these lines going up is half double crochets. So what we're going to do is when we get to the last one, we're going to chain 2, turn our work and do half double crochets. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Sorry about that. So we're going to place half double crochets all the way. So I'm going to do my very last one on top of this. That was the last one. So I'm just going to slip stitch twice. That's how far we are. So we are now going to join these two pieces, to join them like this. So at this point you can either use a darning needle, or you just join with a crochet hook, just like I'm going to show you. So I'll chain one, and then I'm going to hold this piece inside out. So I have chosen this side to be my wrong side, so you'll turn it to your wrong side. So you may chain one has, so, and then you chain one, then you come to this other side. So let me try to refocus. So as you hold them like this, you're going to be to the back loop of this one, and you hold that side, and you're going to slip stitch. Back loop of this one, you go through to the other side and you slip stitch. Back loop of this one, go to the other side and slip stitch. Back loop and slip stitch. The only thing you need to remember is this part is, the part we added in the middle is longer than the part with the half double crochet rows. So you just be keen to leave the exact same part so that they are equal on both sides. For now we just slip stitch and join the two parts. However you like to join your crochet work, you can easily use a darning needle if you wanted. This is what I chose to do. Sorry. So I'm at the end. I'll just chain one and I'll cut off my yarn. Just like that. So you can see how I have joined it. It's very seamless. You can barely see it. It actually looks almost similar to this other side. So far that is how our work looks. Yeah, that's how it looks. This part is actually extended. So if you notice, I went back, frogged my part and reduced this extended part to 6 rows, to 6 stitches, 6 chains, because I figured for this small person it's going to be a bit longer for their bust. So I went to 6, but if you're a medium to large, you can consider doing more than that, or as long as you want that part to be. It's absolutely optional. So from here, you are just going to need to make a very long chain. I've already made mine very long. So I have made my long chain. So we are going to join it. So you're going to place it. So this is how your work is. You are going to pull it from this side. You just alternate from row. You skip one, you put it on the next one, just in between. However you choose to attach this one, it's absolutely up to you and how you feel like, or how you want your pulls to be, how close you want your pulls. So I'm choosing to do 2 by 2. I'm just going with what my ancestors are telling me. That's how I'm going to space them, as good as I feel like. So there we go. I can decide to, because this is the last one, I can just decide to do this. There we go. So we have pulled together our middle part. So this part, we are going to pull it to make sure they are all equal. I made mine quite long because I wanted to try something else. So this is how your middle part looks, and this is the back part. So we are going to crisscross this long chain. Sorry, but yeah, this is what we are going to do. I'm just going to make our tie back. So this is going to go on our shoulders, and this is coming to the back, just like that. So however you feel like, again, you're going to make crisscrosses on the back at intervals you feel best. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just doing this roughly. However, I'll go back and maybe make them smaller. I'm just doing this to finish up this tutorial, to make it not so long. But yeah, I'm going to my second last one. So this is how our back looks. We're just going to tie these ones, and this is how our front looks. So you'll just pull them as close as you want that to be. So I really wanted to try something else. So I wanted to find the middle of this one here, so you can actually count where the middle is. For instance, mine is here, so I wanted to try something. I hope it works out though, so that I don't have to. So I have cut mine into 2, so I'll just try and make a little bow here to make it cute. Yeah, so that these are, this goes to the hands, and this is our main part, and this is our bottom part, and just like that we are done. I'll include the photos on the thumbnail, so kindly subscribe and share. Thank you for watching to this part. I'll meet you on the next one. By the way, thank you so much for subscribing, and may you be blessed.